don't understand it. You're changing, no, I can't stand it. My heart can't take this damage.
What's going on, everybody? So I wanted to go and make a video for you guys, kind of giving you an update as to the status of my employment thing, because I think the last video I made was about 2 months ago, and that's because I got really busy with job hunting, working on projects, and I really wanted to focus on a lot of that stuff because I think it does take a lot out of you and a lot of your time just to be able to do multiple things like that at once and schedule like your entire life. One day you're talking to one company, then you're talking to another, then you're talking to another, so there's a lot of that's going on. So I'm sorry I didn't upload in a while, but now you know why. So we finally did it. Finally was able to negotiate an offer with a company, and I will be starting on the 3rd of September, which is coming up pretty soon. And I'm gonna be moving to Virginia, and it's gonna be great. But I want to document the entire process. I've seen a lot of videos of other people's day in a life engineering videos, and if you're like anything like me, then you've probably watched them all too. And a lot of them just seem way too good to be true. Like, a lot of them are like, I wake up at this time, and then I show up to work at like 10, and then I eat breakfast till like 1, and then I work for about 30 minutes, and then I go in and BS with some of my friends like till it's time to go home. And so that's what I get from a lot of those. They're like the chillest thing ever, and I'm like, I guess, some places are like that. Maybe, who knows, maybe I'll like fall into a company that's like that or something. But I wanted to record my version of what it's like. It won't be all the fancy editing and like me stepping outside 30 minutes before and putting my camera down at the floor at an angle so that I can drive my car past it, just so that I can stop, get out of my car, and then pick up my camera. I think that's what they do. I'm not gonna be doing any of that, so I'm just gonna be recording the basics and just going over the things like what the onboarding is like. Maybe after I get a little comfortable with the job, just recording a few things like going over what I actually do and for how long and all that. Just give you a window view of what it's like for me. So I won't say everybody else. I assume that everybody else's process is different in some way. So I can only talk about my process. But one thing I wanted to talk about is because like I was thinking, I was actually watching a video before where somebody was saying that you could be an engineer in 3 months, and somebody doubted him and everything. And I'm not gonna say that I doubt him, because like there's a lot of other people that are way smarter than me. And so, like, I won't say that it's impossible. I'm a lot slower than most people. I'll openly say that. I'm not the super amazing developer that just looks at something and immediately breaks it down into like the tiniest pieces and knows how it works from the very beginning. I'm not one of those super smart people. I have ADHD. Like, I've been diagnosed with it. They gave me meds. I don't take them anymore because I don't like how it feels and all that. But the point of that is, like, I have to read things multiple times just to get it and to find clarity in what it is that I'm reading. And it takes me a long time to digest that information. A lot of times if somebody else is watching over me, it's kind of difficult for me to focus on what I'm doing. And so I didn't do too well in those types of environments when they're doing code challenges and all that, and you have somebody staring at you and you have to like, just tell them everything that you're doing and everything that you're thinking. And especially if it's like one of those where they have this long like 3 paragraphs of stuff that you have to read before you can even start, like things like that. Like I think a lot of interviewers don't understand that I have to read things multiple times in order to get it and break it down. They want everything in like 15 minutes and everything, and I just can't really do that all the time. So for me, the 3-month thing does not work out too well. For other people who are smarter and can get things like right away from the very beginning, I think that for them it fits and they can make it happen. But just keep in mind that a lot of these people who are hiring like software engineers, especially like new ones who are like self-trained or boot camp trained, they're very iffy about it because of the fact that you don't have the formal education and all that. So they don't really know 100% how much you know. You know, like if I say that I went to this college, then the college is pretty much like a guarantee that I learned, that I at the very least learned enough to pass the college, so they could look at the curriculum and see everything that they learned and all of that. But if you're self-taught, like, you know, they're just forced to go into your GitHub and whatever you provide them, and that's all they have. And, you know, then they have to kind of piece together what was a tutorial that this person blindly followed and what was a project that they actually did themselves. Because there's a lot of really great looking tutorials, but if all you did was follow that tutorial and you didn't do anything yourself except for maybe change some of the CSS styling or something like that, it becomes very difficult to claim that as your own work. So when you start working at this company that now says they're gonna pay you like 100 or something, and you know you don't have a tutorial anymore, and it's kind of too late, and then you say that imposter syndrome is because you're working at a new place. No, imposter syndrome is because all you did was follow tutorials. You got to break out from that and you know, build your own things. So yeah, so I don't think that a lot of people can make the 3-month thing and into a full-time job, but I also don't think that it's impossible. All you really need is to just be smarter than me, I guess, because I don't think I would do it. Now, as far as whether or not I think Lambda School helped me in any way to get this job, I would say 100% without a doubt. And I'm not just saying Lambda School as in the staff or anything like that. I'm saying Lambda School as a whole. That includes the other students that were in there along with me grinding every day, because and I'm including them because, like, you watch these people like work hard every day with the same thing that you're passionate about, and it becomes a very big community. And so they become like a part of your support system. There's a lot of people in your cohort that eventually you become friends with. I had one in particular that, like, after like all my rejections, you know, I felt down about it. You know, after like your first rejection feels awesome, your 20th, 30th, 40th, 50th rejection doesn't feel that awesome, you know. And she kept reminding me that, you know, I was an awesome dev and that, you know, eventually I'm gonna get it. And I mean, she started like talking about like going out there and finding me a job, or like calling these people back and telling them that they missed out and all that. And I was like, no, you ain't got to do all of that. You know, so that's the kind of support system I had. I had really good friends that I met through my time at Lambda. Also really good staff. Like, I reached out to one in particular who, you know, when I was really low, and I was going through a really low time, and I reached out to him, and it took him a few days to reply because he wanted to really think about what he was going to say. And then he ended up saying like the most motivational stuff ever that just kept me going, you know, and like stuff that I really needed to hear about myself. And I knew that he really meant it because I've seen the type of grind that he put like within the school for me. He tried to put me into a bunch of programs, and like every time that I met him in Zoom and everything, he'd always shout me out and all that. So, you know, really likable guy. He didn't even have to do any of the stuff that he was doing, and I still would have liked him just because of how he is. But, you know, he went out of his way to make sure that I knew that, you know, he was still thinking about me in some way. So, you know, your support system can come from anywhere. Like, I also have my wife to support me a lot of times, but, you know, when she's not there, I have no problems with going to my Lambda friends. So yeah, we did it. I'm going to go off and celebrate, and I don't even know. I don't drink that much, so I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. But either way, I'm gonna be uploading more videos, especially after I start the onboarding and everything, and let you guys know what that was like. And I'll see you guys next time. If you have any comments or anything, feel free to put them down below. I also put down my Twitter stuff down there. If you guys want to follow me and reach out to me, don't be afraid to do so. And I'll talk to you guys next time.